Welcome. In this part, we will talk about the basics of configuration syntax for Mockintosh. Let's start with a simple Hello World example. Every config YAML must have a services field to define a list of services. A config should define at least one service. Port field describes what port should the service listens to, and it's a required field. Endpoints field defines a list of endpoints for the given service. Path field describes what path should the endpoint match into. Response field is the response that will be returned from the given endpoint. So let's run mockintosh01.yaml and visit localhost 8081/example. We can see that Hello World is returned as the response. In this example, the response is detailed into other fields rather than being a plain string. Headers field in here is a list of key-value pairs to describe the response headers. So for example, content type application/JSON header will be included into each response of this endpoint. Body field describes the response text. In this case, we're responding with a JSON. If we visit localhost 8081/example, we can see that Hello World is returned as the response. It's possible to set the status code of the response to any valid HTTP status code, including 400 and 500 class error codes. If we visit localhost 8081/example, we can see that 403 is the response status. Status field, rather than being an integer, it can take a special RST and FIN string values to simulate the behavior of sudden TCP connection reset or close. We can visit localhost 8081/reset and localhost 8081/close to experience the TCP connection errors. Using fields that are not defined in the syntax or an incomplete usage throws a JSON schema validation error, much like a syntax error in the programming languages. This error describes the problem in detail, so it's easy to understand what's wrong with the config file. Mockintosh supports two different templating engines, Handlebars and Jinja 2. The default templating engine is Handlebars. Templating is possible in various places, including request matching and responses. So for a request like /example/3, we would see the response ID is 3 and a random integer between 1 and 100. It's possible to set the templating engine to Jinja 2 using templating engine field. You can see that how the templating syntax is changed into Jinja 2 syntax. If you make a syntax error in templating, then you get a not rendered result and a warning in the start output. With the globals field at the top, you can define headers that will be set for all responses defined in the configuration file. Such that, for example, a common header like content type application/JSON can be returned with all responses without the need of redefining it for each response. You can find the examples given in this video at the description. I hope that you liked it. See you later again in a new video. Take care. Goodbye.